Hello everyone, this is White Wolf and we are going live. And I wanted to do this video because I wanted to talk about, being of service in many different ways. There's many different ways to be of service, like to your children, to your life, to your missions, to your goals, to your ambitions, to anything that you want to accomplish within your life, but doing it with a sense of love, with a sense of purity, with a sense of inclusion, but also acceptance within everybody that's around you. And understanding that being of service in many different ways is really just you answering the call in your life, and not doing it from a sense of persecution or an agenda or an opinion or anything that has to do with wanting to promote a sense of non-truth or an agenda or an opinion, but really just wanting to be of service to people and wanting to help people and wanting to guide people and wanting to just let them know that they are accepted for who they are and that they're represented in who they are, and also to stand firm in that and allow them to receive upon the energy of who they are, and allowing them to get past all of the deception of this earth plane and not being muddled within the certain ideologies and the certain opinions or the certain ways of tradition and all of the things that are trying to be controlled and trying to be condensed down, and that we have to really lose control so that we can be free. And then when we embrace that free will and we embrace that embodiment and we embrace that truth within ourselves, there's a freedom that is there. It feels as if we're breaking down to have a breakthrough, and that we break past those thresholds and we're breaking down those barriers and we're getting past all of that other stuff, and we're losing the sense of trying to control something, trying to figure it out, or not having faith within it and not having lack present itself, and just presenting ourselves with the representation that we want to bring forth and what we want to channel and what we want to bring out into the light and out into the open, so that we are able to be of service in such a way that it seems like we are able to diffuse situations, that we're able to see past illusions, see past deception, and see past what we are not recognizing within ourselves, but also what we're not trying to give off, or what we're trying to allow or not allow within our lives, and getting past the restrictions and getting past being closed in or put in a box, or not wanting to discover the mystery that is on this earth plane. Because there's a lot of mystical things to experience. There's a lot of different states to experience. There's so many different things to interact with within our realities, and being able to interact with so many different entities. When I say entities, I mean ourselves, because we are energy. We are God's source energy. We are a genuine source of energy, and we are that extension of source energy, and feeling like a completely and totally revamped version of yourself, and just updating and progressing and wanting to bring people together to this understanding that you don't have to persecute, you don't have to fight your way in, you don't have to feel like you have to do so many different things that are rigid, or you feel like with your service you have to put it out there and feel like you have to prove yourself. And that's actually the exact opposite of what the awakening really is. It's really when you don't have anything to prove and you don't have anything to really say, and you don't really need to vocalize that. It's just something that you channel. It's just something that you authentically are. And it's something that you always just shine forth within every single thing that you do. And just opening up to that understanding that we're all here progressing as a co-creation. And we're all just opening up to our gifts and figuring out how gifted we are in a specific configuration of energy, and being able to know how to deliver the service, being able to know how to spread that service, but also being able to give people what they really need, and also what they want and what they desire within their hearts. So it's kind of like the fire of passion, and being that Shekinah glory of God's source energy, and being that understanding that we don't have to understand one another and we don't have to integrate with one another, but we have to integrate within ourselves, so that we can come to a collective understanding that we are like playing golf against ourselves, because we're not running a race against anybody. We're running our own race, and then we're just helping the people run their race and get where they need to be, and then they allow themselves to see the mastery within themselves and the change inside of themselves. So being of service, it could be just being a good mom, being a good wife, being a good friend, or just being kind to that clerk manager at the desk. It doesn't matter what it is. Everything is an act of service. If we have to see everything as an act of service, it means that our actions have greater impact over the causes and effects of our reality. So when we're being of service in many different ways, in all ways to really no end, and seeing past the deceptions of feeling like we have to try, that we have to force it, that we have to really vocalize it, but really just allowing others to see for themselves and allowing others to heal their own unworthiness, but also allow them to have patience within themselves that they're going to get there. And understanding that we're not there yet. And yes, we can be very gifted, and yes, we are able to lead, but we are not there yet because our clients and the recipients reflect us. And also, a lot of the times, we don't even realize that other human beings reflect what we're not looking at. So that person that cuts you off, that person could be reflecting something back to you. You see a movie and you see something that you don't like, or somebody you don't like, that could be something that's being reflected back to you. So seeing everything as a reflection, seeing everything as a lesson, and seeing every opportunity to be of service is to be a genuine source of energy, is to be of service to that person, to that understanding, and to that understanding that we don't have to carry on the weight of the world on our shoulders. It really just means that we just need to follow our path and follow our guidance and follow our resonance to how we need to deliver service. And feeling like we have to do a bunch of things to make that happen, or just really asking the universe, like, what do you want from me? What do you want me to do? How do you want me to be of service? How do I reach people? How do I teach people? How do I use the channeled embodiment of that glory of God's source energy and being able to deliver the purity within ourselves, but also be able to allow others to get that sense of purification within themselves? And because it's true acceptance and really seeing people as a non-dual awareness, seeing them as an independent awareness, but also seeing them as God, as a representation and a reflection, and seeing into the kaleidoscope of creation will really allow us to see them as something different, seeing them as beauty, seeing them as matrimony, seeing them as something majestic. And I think that's what's beautiful at the end of the day, is really seeing people as energy, not seeing them as an object, not seeing them as a name, not seeing them as an identity, but seeing them as they are, so that they can finally be accepted for who they are. Because a lot of people who are awakening feel like outcasts. They feel like the carnival people, or they feel like the freaks of this freak show that we call humanity, but really it's actually the exact opposite. But everybody has their place, and everybody has their, like Christians, Mormons, they all have their place within what they're supposed to do. It's just when we come at it from a different sense of love and a different sense of understanding, when they're literally, because there was a Christian woman who watched my live, and she was blessed by my message. So that means that God works in mysterious ways, and God works in all ways, and all paths lead to that transcendence. And understanding that there's many different forms of enlightenment and spirituality, and different ways to reflect the light of the Creator within ourselves, but within everybody. So everything is very multifaceted and multidimensional, and it's just helping us implement these dimensional ley lines to where we are able to structure a set of teachings, a set of ways to express that vibrational attitude, but also to demonstrate that vibrational attitude, and to allow others to be healed in the way that they need to be healed, in the way they need to be taught, in the way they need to be oriented, so that they can understand the obedience and the dedication and the faith within themselves, that they can really understand that they can have true states of bliss, true states of joy, and true states of really reflecting that back to each other. And that we can come to an understanding. And it's not an understanding of right or wrong, good or bad, but it's an understanding of light and dark, and how we're able to blend that masculine and that feminine energy together to bring about people understanding each other and relating. But it's not really relating to one another, but it's really having that relationship with the Creator and seeing that within everybody, the Oracle of Love, Light, and Wisdom. So this message isn't really complex. I've been kind of giving simplistic messages recently because my guides have been telling me to like break it down, and God and my higher self has been telling me to kind of break it down into a grounded form so that you guys are able to understand it and put it in your own words. Because at the end of the day, it matters how you receive the message. It's not about how I receive the message or how I deliver it. It's about what you resonate with and what you don't resonate with, and then deciding for yourself. But like giving yourself the choice to like decide and be more decisive and being more in tune with your gifts and your intuition and your ability to deliver and to share. Because sharing is really caring, and it's very daring to share because of the courage of it, the faith of it, the ability to, not go out and protest. Because that's persecution, or just going in someone's face like, my truth is better than yours. That's persecution. That's not really love. And going into public places where you're not allowed, but really the ability to just understand everybody, understand their truth, and understand where they're coming from as well. Because there could be somebody that, looks at my message and is like, I don't resonate with that. But that doesn't make me a bad person, and it doesn't make the other person a bad person. But it makes them being able to think for themselves. And that's what a lot of human beings have trouble with, is thinking and deciding and understanding that they have choices and that they have free will, and that a lot of the things that we've been doing on this earth plane has been an infringement upon our own free will. But we agree to it, so it's not an infringement on our free will and things of that nature. So it's really just understanding that you have to really see past all of the illusions, see past the details, see past the very minuscule things, and being able to see the actual reality of it, seeing the truth of it, and seeing the awareness that you have of it, so that you're able to divulge and to understand and to put it in such a grounded form that it's really understood and really being able to be intellectualized, so that you're able to act upon it and really channel it for what it really is. Not what you think it is, but what it actually is. Because at the end of the day, I think we all have an idea of what we're experiencing, and I think we're all just doing the best that we can, and that's what I've kind of come to a semi-conclusion of. We don't really know everything, but we have an idea what we need within this reality and within this awakening process. Is that everybody is going at their own pace, and everybody's growing and changing and emulating that love and that light of the Creator within themselves, so that they are able to see the enlightenment of what they need to encompass. We all have a compass. Some of us go north, some of us go south, some of us go west and east. But it's finding out which direction do you want to take. Some of us have so many different gifts that, I haven't even touched on yet. Some of you are able to use your sense of smell, a sense of sight, and some of you can read minds, and some of you are able to bring people comfort from the other side and things of that nature. So it's very multifaceted, and everybody's meant for something great, something wondrous. You just have to find out what your purposeful purpose is, and then you just have to go from there, and then truly believe in it with no doubt, and have faith in it, and know yourself fully, and just immerse yourself within that. And I'm not saying that you only have to do one thing, but because you can do 5 different things to manifest. You can have a podcast, you can have a job. It doesn't matter what it is, but your life is your life, and your mission and your goals, and everything that you're meant to experience is what you're going to experience within your life. So I don't claim to know everything. I only know from what I've experienced and what I've learned and what I've discerned for myself and what I've cleared and what I'm still doing and still pursuing and still trying to attain that sense of enlightenment, because I don't think any of us really reach it. I think we have peak moments. I believe there's peaks and valleys, ups and downs, but so it's understanding that you don't have to really feel like you have to have it figured out. You don't have to figure everything out. You don't have to get lost in the details. You don't have to get lost in the outcome, but it's just having the sense of enjoyment within that will always make you feel like you're kind of coasting, because you're not putting such an expectation on it and you're not putting all the details inside of it, and you're just allowing for the journey to happen. Not trying to force it to happen, not trying to control it, but just allowance, being gifted, being true, and just being honest and dedicated to whatever you want to do. So, I want to thank you guys so much. I wanted to get on this live here, and I wanted to, do this message here. And I just wanted to let you guys know that it's not always crystal clear. It is mystical. It is cryptic. But once we get it, we get it. And you guys can book private sessions, and we're going to be doing some healing energy. So feel free to receive this healing energy as you're receiving it in this time. And also understand that when you're receiving it, it's an energy transference, and it's also helping you deal with stuff internally and externally. So we're going to do some healing energy. Everyone take one last deep breath. Okay, so that was the healing energy. Yeah, everybody always comments on my eyes doing that. They've always done that, so that's not a new thing. I don't know why people always feel the need to comment on my eyes. I can't control it. It just happens. So when I'm in my meditative state, it actually means that you're actually connecting to the pineal gland. So when your eyes like roll back into your skull, obviously there will be some people that will think that's evil or something, and it's not. It just means that you're just connecting to your pineal gland a lot better, and your causal chakra and your third eye. Get it? Because here, back here, and that is open. So that's why the eyes get white, which I was doing a healing anyway. I don't know why the person was focused on my eyes, but I guess, I don't know. But you guys can book private sessions with me. I've upped my price as $120 for in-depth readings, specific general readings, healings, activations, and $80 for $40. And also I have a psychic class for $100. If I might have to put that a bit back because I will be moving soon. And also I have appointment packages that you can check on my TikTok, Instagram, whitewolf4741, YouTube, whitewolftheoracle, TikTok, you can find me. It's just White Wolf. And yeah, I think that's it, guys. So thank you guys so much for this live. God bless you all. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and also just be safe. And if you feel like in times that the energy is just too much, just give yourself a break. Just take a beat and just take a moment to gather yourself and just say, God, I need your help. I need your guidance. And just say, my angels or dragons, I need your help. I need you to guide me. I need you to help me. I need you to nurture me. I need you to help me get over this. Because the energies are very intense right now, and some of you are probably integrating a lot and healing a lot. And I mean, I haven't felt like myself like in a week, I mean, even a person that goes live a lot doesn't mean that they're always, energetically sound. It just means that I have a gift and I just share it. And I mean, this week I've just kind of felt like, just not as great. But it doesn't mean that we forget ourselves. It just means that the 10% is integrating, and it means that the 90% has to come in balance with the 10% within ourselves. So just take that 10%. That's what it's there for. It keeps our ego in check. It keeps us level-headed, and it doesn't make us, go crazy or just be so highfalutin to where it's not grounded and people are not feeling unified when they're a part of it. So if you guys sometimes for a week, but when you're just aware of it and you just kind of deal with it and you heal inside of yourselves, you can get past it very quick. But just allow yourselves to deal with it. Allow yourselves to get past it. And just allow yourselves to integrate, And sometimes we need just a moment, just 40 seconds of just not thinking about something, not talking, just kind of sitting down for a second, And sometimes we just need to give ourselves grace. And also, if and sometimes, I see stuff on TikTok, and I see people not doing things out of love, or persecuting people or attacking people. Just don't feed into that. Don't feed into that stuff, because that right there is not allowing you to really expand upon. If people are, contacting you online or your family, just follow your own path and just stay in your own lane, because at the end of the day, that's all you can do. And at the end of the day, you're doing God's work in your own way. There's many different forms of enlightenment, but we're all here to just help and guide and teach each other and just be ourselves and be comfortable within our divine skins. Okay. So let's just be comfortable with ourselves. Let's be comfortable with our truth, and let's just have complete faith in it and just be ourselves. Just be yourself, and the rest is history. And just follow your path, follow your alignment, follow your guidance, and just know it's always guiding you to where you need to be. So that is where I will close. And God bless and namaste. See you guys. It was a pleasure.